Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. Actually, I already started it, but the camera didn't record for some reason. So, starting again, this week's tarot card deck is the Cosmic Slumber Tarot by Tilly Walden. Website for Tilly is liminal11.com. Feel free to freeze frame on that if you want to, and check that out if you would like to. Support of Oracle Cards, Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish. There's also a website there at the bottom, hayhouse.com. It's from 2002, at least this printing was. So I do want to say that Lucy has some other stuff, but I don't remember truthfully offhand. Okay, so I already put down the cards. And what we're dealing with is a situation connected to the situation you actually care about for some reason. So this is the situation you care about. This is the Ten of Cups. These are people you typically get along with, typically like. For the most part, you want them around. Maybe once in a while you need a little break from them, but this is like that group of people that like, all right, once in a while I need to just step off and do something on my own or do something with other people just for a minute, but I always return to this. Maybe it's like a family thing, maybe it's a certain friend group, maybe for some of you it could be a work situation where every now and then I definitely get along with these people for the most part, but I make sure I get involved in projects that kind of takes me away from them for a while so I can reset, get a breath of fresh air, do something away from this group, and then add back in later and feel like I'm re-energized. For the most part, it's a good group, though. Good group. It just feels like you're very honest about what's there and what's not. I then see this on your side. The romance card with the Seven of Swords, which is interesting to me because it doesn't have to mean literal romance. Could be, but what I'm getting from it is this is kind of like could be a close family, close friendship, co-workers that you really care about. Maybe you've worked with them for a long time, and like if something happens in their personal life, something's going bad or something's even going good, you're involved with that type of thing. So it's a very tight, good connection. I feel like there's things going on at the moment that don't make sense to me, and I'm like, they're acting a little out of standard. Like maybe they're doing things or you're like, something isn't right there. I know something's not right there, but I'm just kind of, everybody has their moment. I get that. And I'm not looking to make people be something they're not. I don't want to push them. I feel like I don't want to ask questions because I'm like, I don't want them to tell me something to make me happy. I'm not looking for that. But if they wanted to tell me something, if they wanted to tell me what was going on, it seems like they would tell me. I feel like I'm holding back for some reason. But kind of like if I don't know what's going on, I don't have to worry about it. I'm worried that something's going on here that I'm not going to like, and I'm like, if I just stay out of it, maybe that's for the best. Yeah. Currently you're staying... You got the Seven of Swords and you got the Six of Swords. Like, I don't know what's going on over there. I just don't feel like I'm going to like it, so I'm just going to stay away. I feel like I'm going to stay away, and I feel like the longer this goes, it's more like... I really feel like something over there is not right. So I'm trying. It's like, in the beginning, I'm choosing to stay away. As it keeps going, I'm trying to stay away. It's a little bit different energy. Why is that sound happening? All right, anyway. What is going on? That's the question. What is going on? Somebody's doing something that maybe most people wouldn't approve of. Let's do that. I'm not judging anything. I'm not here to judge things. I'm just giving you the news as I'm reading it off the paper. That's how we're going to look at that. This could be some infidelity. This could be somebody like doing something unscrupulous. They're doing what they're doing and they probably shouldn't be doing it. Why is that sound happening? All right, I feel like with the Three of Swords and the True Love come to me, they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. I keep getting over and over. And it's one of the reasons I feel like you're staying away. Like, I feel like something's not right over there, and I feel like if I just don't look, I don't have to worry about it. Especially because it's going to deal with somebody you actually normally like. You're not about BS. You're not about ridiculousness. You're not about people pulling fast ones for things they don't deserve. Like if if we've decided we're going to adhere to the rules and everybody does, it's kind of like the rules are the same for everybody. Something about this you really are not going to like. It's kind of being blocked from you at the same time though. Two of Swords is telling me it's blocked, and it's something where there's more than one person connected to it. The Hierophant is very interesting. I wasn't expecting it to go that way, because I feel like somebody else is leading the way on this, and the person you care about is getting sucked into it. The Sun card and the Knight of Fire. This person is leading them into it. The Knight of Fire, that's really strange. The reason I'm saying that's strange is the Hierophant is usually very dedicated, very here for the long haul. Knight of Fire is just here today, gone tomorrow. So I feel like somebody is pulling your friend or acquaintance or loved one into something, and this is something this person has done to many people, but their influence with this person is very short-lived. They're going to leave them holding the bag. Is it really like that? Because I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. They're going to leave them holding the bag. It's like a momentary thing where this person thinks they're moving ahead, but then again, I'm seeing that Three of Swords again. Like, they're going to get left out in the cold when it's all said and done. They're going to be very upset with the way it actually plays out. This other person who's actually involved with it seems to stay in the shadows. And I feel like they've done this many a time to a few different people. The reason I get the Hierophant with the Knight of Fire is because I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know, take it for what it is. If it's kind of, the analogy is like a serial cheater, somebody who's married, you know, makes somebody else feel like they're the world. Oh, I've never felt this way before, blah, blah, blah. I never do this, blah, 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 blah. They get what they want, gone. And they've done this many times. They know how to do this. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Like their connection with this person is very short, but what they do, they've done many times, multiple times. Doesn't have to be that analogy I just gave. It's something like that. Another thing is like somebody who's kind of pulling other people in for investments. They get their money from this person. They do what they need to do. They walk away with the cash. This person is just kind of SOL. Just to give it a different flavor too, just in case. Because I feel like the person this happens to is pretty upset about it, but kind of like, well, I guess I fell for it. I feel like that's how I'm feeling when I'm like, they're very upset, but they're like, well, I guess I fell for it. I should have known better. I feel like they're having that energy. Like, I guess I should have known better. Are they going to tell you? Yeah. It does come forward. I feel like this person will tell you the truth, because I feel like they're kind of needing to just talk about it with somebody. But I feel like they're very honest. Like, I got myself into this. It's my own fault. But I feel like when you're hearing it, you're like, well, wait a minute. Yes, that was a bad idea. But that doesn't give that other person free rein to do this. Like, it doesn't make what they did right. Sure, you know, we all make mistakes, but it doesn't mean, you know, we deserve to be victims of whatever this person did. So, yeah, you made a decision. Maybe it wasn't the best decision. I give you that. But it does not give free rein to this other person for what they did. And I feel like this is the conversation between you and this person. Especially because they're owning their part of it. And for Aries, when a person owns their part of it, like, hey, this is what I did to make that happen, so... But Aries will look at this kind of like, all right, yeah, that's true, but it doesn't mean this other person, that doesn't make that okay for what they did. You're owning your part, and that's great, but that doesn't mean you should take all the blame or all the debt or all the negative energy. That should not be all yours. That should be at the very least split between the two of you. And the way you might be looking at it is kind of like, wait a minute. This person's running around searching for people to take advantage of. So it's kind of like, all right, instead of half and half, maybe this person has a quarter of the blame in your opinion. Maybe, depending how you're looking at it. Kind of like, yeah, it wasn't a good decision, true. But the fact that they were like, somebody like tried to sucker them in, tried to find everything they needed to say, kind of like watch them, waited to see what they needed to do, set them up, and then waited for the vulnerable moment to take advantage of this person. You might be even like, well, maybe it's not even a quarter, maybe it's less than that. You're like, well, I understand. They made a decision, it didn't work out well, but this person, you know, pounced on them. You know, this was a predator energy here. How are you connected to this Hierophant energy? Hierophant's not a bad card. It's just coming in this way for this reading, by the way. Two of Pentacles and the Hermit. You're hearing a lot. I feel like you're watching now. You seem to want to know who this person is, and you seem to be very interested in like what's going on with this person. Kind of like, this isn't right, and this person hurt somebody that I care about. I'm not saying they're innocent, but I still think this is ridiculous. They seem to be completely oblivious to you. Interesting how these two cards are... They're oblivious to you, because I was waiting to see how peace was going to come in for them. They're oblivious to you. Like, they're at peace. They think what they did, nobody can touch them, everything's fine, nobody's going to say anything. They completely feel untouchable and everything's fine. They don't expect any problems. I don't know if that's how this is going to work, but the person who told you, because I do feel like that's how they're rectifying it, they seem to be moving on from it. They go to the Page of Cups and the Temperance card. They're doing what they need to do. They're trying to let it go. They said their piece, and they're like, you know what? I got to own what I got to own of this. This is what I did. This is what I have to own up to. This is my outcome. You live, you learn. I'm wiser. You live, you learn, and I'm wiser for it. I'm just going to own it and move on. They seem to be letting go. Actually, even this one, the Princess of Cups, I thought that was a boat. It's not. It's a swan. It's a purple swan. It's pretty cool, actually. But I feel like the water's moving on for them. They're letting go. They're not going to hold on to it. They're going to move on from it. They're not going to, like, and I see they're going to kind of like just, it is what it is. I'm just going to reconstitute my situation, build myself back up, and be free from this, and just take it as an error I learned from. That's where they're going. Now, where are you going? Because I'm seeing something here. Where is Aries taking this? Magician, the Four of Wands, the Tower, and the Beauty. The way this comes in with the Beauty and the Tower, like, makes it the beauty falling out of the Tower. I feel like you're looking to make somebody pay. Is this a good idea for you? You got Harmony here. I feel like you're going to sort this out your own way. I don't know. You decide what you got to do. I'm kind of... You're going to destroy this person's harmony, because this harmony, I'm like, is this harmony? I feel like you're going to make it so you're happy, and you're going to make sure this person is seen for who they are. Is that a good idea? Or how's that going to turn out for Aries in the long run? I feel... okay. Nine of Fire, you're not backing down. Injustice. You're like, oh no, this is going to happen. I don't know if this is coming. I feel like that's where you're going to end up going with this. Kind of like, oh no, they're going to get theirs. Aries, I'm feeling a very intelligent energy with this, though. You may not be, right out there saying this person did that, but you're going to make sure it's set up that, it's almost like if you're going to do the serial cheater thing, you're making sure whoever they're cheating on just happens to be at the right time, at the right moment to see exactly what's going on so that the jig is up. That type of thing. You might orchestrate something so that this person blows themselves in, something like that. Be careful with this, but you're going to do what you have to do. I don't know. This is what I'm getting from this. I'm like, ooh, it's very, cloak and dagger here. You will get restitution. Restitution? I don't know. You'll get the resolution you want. Once it's done, let it go. That's all I'm getting, though. Because I do feel like... I feel like I'm not okay with this. I'm just like, no, this person just sets up victim after victim after victim after victim. So I'm going to set it up so that they at least get caught at least once. And if you're going to do that, just make sure it's once and walk away. Do yourself a favor. Because I feel like if this reading is hitting, you're going to be very motivated for the truth to come out. You got to do what you got to do, and I respect that. I'm just kind of, it's interesting. Just make it once and walk away. Even if it's like an anonymous email where you just gather a lot of proof and you just send it to their partner, or, you know, whatever this needs to do, you're like putting it out there so that the right person takes care of it. Once you've done that though, disconnect. I don't see what you're doing as bad. I feel like what I'm looking at is kind of like, no, this person creates victim after victim after victim, and I'm going to put it out there so that that stops. Do what you need to do, but then disconnect. Disconnect after you're done. Let the universe take it from there, because it will sort out however it needs to. That's an odd one. I wasn't expecting this, but that's what came in. It's interesting, when I first recorded this, it stopped. Like the camera stopped, and I almost feel like it got a little bit more intense. You got to do what you got to do. Just be careful. Make sure you stay away from the situation. Disconnect once you've done what you've done. I feel like stay out of it as much as you can. But like, do what you got to do to make justice come forward, because I feel the justice card came out in the dice. If that makes sense. You got to do what you got to do, and I respect that. They're just saying, all right, stay as far away from it as you can and still be effective. But once you've done your moment, disconnect. Disconnect. The universe will take it from there. All right, that's the message. I'm gonna leave it there. I hope that helps. I mean, take it with a grain of salt, but you know. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.